Now, the number of people complaining about financial scams has apparently hit a record high this year. At least half involved fraudsters tricking victims into making authorised payments by pretending to be a business, for example.
Well, new rules are due to come in, offering better protection and speeding up compensation payments in these cases. Ben has some of the details for us. I suppose it's a positive in a way that these cases are being reported, but really worrying the extent of the issue.
Yes, and the new rules aim to make things more consistent.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
When you said you were going to show some pictures from Barcelona, I was imagining sunshine and blue skies.
Something from the Ramblers, people out enjoying themselves.
Terrifying.
No, pretty extreme.
It made me feel slightly seasick just watching it.
Yeah, I know. Crazy, right?
We're going to be reflecting on our rather wet, damp, miserable summer in a moment, but Matt can also tell us about what it's been looking like further afield, including Barcelona. Morning.
Indeed. Very good morning, John.
Now, it's a year since most of us first heard about RAC. Remember that? Reinforced, autoclaved, aerated concrete, says he, looking at his notes. Basically, it's a lightweight building material. It was cheap, so it was commonly used in buildings from the 1950s to the 1980s. But we now know it can deteriorate over time.
A string of incidents, including collapsing school roofs, prompted a rapid assessment of hundreds of public buildings, and that concern is continuing to have a huge impact on communities. David Allard reports.
Lovely. Thank you, Matt.
It's going to be a good weekend. Thank you, Matt. Now, the early morning clinking of bottles used to be heard in every street across the UK. The milk round was a daily feature of life. But in a world of 24-hour supermarkets and online orders, it looked like they were going to be consigned to history.
But one milkman in Essex says environmentally conscious consumers are leading a resurgence in deliveries. Stuart Woodward went to meet him. Hello, this is Breakfast with John Kay and Nina Warhurst. It's been just over 7 years since the Grenfell Tower disaster in West London, and this morning the long-awaited final reports into what happened will be published. The fire claimed 72 lives on June the 14th, 2017, after the cladding, which had been added to make the building warmer and drier, turned into a fire trap. Today's reports will look at how the tower came to be in a condition which allowed the flames to spread so quickly. These are some of the big questions that will be answered. Did successive governments ignore the risks of dangerous building materials? Did manufacturers conceal evidence that their products could spread fires? Did contractors at Grenfell and the council put cost before safety? Did the London Fire Brigade fail to prepare for a fire of this scale? For the survivors and families who lost loved ones, they're hoping today's report could finally bring some answers. Our reporter Tim Moffat is in West London for us this morning. Tim, a community there deeply scarred by the events of that night. To what extent will today's report be significant for them?